Oh no, smoke in the eye. Smoke in the eye. Oh no. How's it going, everybody? Uh, we had Sandwhichpants here today. And what are we doing? Probably nothing, really. I mean, the title says I'm doing worker cooperative research. And, well, I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. I've kind of skimmed the research already. See, what I really like doing is going. Right? So the best thing is that, here we go, the conclusion. Okay. Theoretical speculation on how worker-owned enterprises behave, and by particular case studies where generalization was avoided. The last 20 years or so has witnessed an increasing use of modern empirical methods applied to larger numbers of observations to form empirical generalizations about the behavior of worker co-ops. As a result, much has been learned about worker-owned and worker-managed enterprises. As a generalization, it does not seem accurate to describe worker co-ops as technically less efficient operations than the capitalist firm. Co-ops do face governance problems arising perhaps from the differences among worker owners, but when workers remain sufficiently homogenous, they may look forward to a long life. There are worker co-ops that have existed for over a century, and every I read this entire paper before I started the stream. This one is a comparison of worker cooperatives and conventional firms in the plywood industry, and this actually concluded that while they were still extraordinarily profitable and stuff, worker cooperatives outperformed capitalist firms in every metric. Some of them actually, because the prices of lumber fell at a point, a lot of the worker co-ops actually started off by buying out dead firms from the capitalist owner, and some of them had to deal with depleted resources and all sorts of bad conditions and shit. So some of them didn't make it from the poor starting off point that they had, but some of them managed to hang on and survive even to this day. That is in this paper right here. This one talks about how they're actually really fucking solid. And I read through this one a little while ago. The overview of the empirical evidence on the performance of worker cooperatives suggests that worker cooperatives perform well in comparison with conventional firms, and that the features that make them special, work participation and unusual arrangements for the ownership of capital, are part of their strength. Contrary to popular thinking and to the pessimistic predictions of some theorists, solid, consistent evidence across countries, systems, and time periods shows that worker cooperatives are at least as productive as conventional firms and more productive in some areas. The more participatory cooperatives are, the more productive they tend to be. The temptation to consume capital accumulated by previous generations, demutualize, sell out successful cooperatives to conventional owners, or degenerate by restricting membership, about which the theoretical literature has had such useful insights, all have solutions that were adopted by different types of worker cooperatives around the world, assisted by legislation. That legislation has not protected workers' cooperatives, but rather enabled them to avoid perverse incentives, just as legislation protects minority shareholders' rights in conventional firms, for example. The little we know about the survival record suggests that these solutions work. So it's showing in every single place. I don't have data that I want to submit. I want your data. Even the headline worker cooperatives are more productive. They last longer. So, I mean, the research has been done. I'm just looking and telling you the conclusions of the research, honestly, which you could do for yourself. This is from May. Cooperatives can make economies more resilient to crises like COVID-19, which is fucking true. Worker cooperatives are just based and better. It really doesn't take that long to confirm that worker cooperatives are probably the best solution that we have. As you can see, because these aren't really just cherry picked. All I did was type in research on worker cooperatives and clicked on articles. This verifies. So we've got one, Stanford Institute for Economic Policy. Which year was it? 2012. 90